Sometimes I like reading trading disaster stories just to remind myself that no matter how bad my trading day went, at least I didn't accidentally vaporize $440 million before lunch. For me, it's a very comforting hobby, a very sad, comforting hobby. But on the other hand, you know how people say hindsight is 20/20? Yeah, well, in hindsight, Knight Capital probably should have, I don't know, tested their software before turning it on, perhaps? But I'm getting ahead of myself. Stick around to find out about the trader who blew up a hedge fund in 5 minutes. Because trust me, this is gonna be a good one. This is one of those stories where every step you take deeper into it makes you question how anyone in finance still has their job, or why any of us pretend we know what we're doing in these markets. But anyway, Knight Capital. Big fancy market making firm, lots of computers, lots of money, and on one normal Tuesday morning, one trader pressed a button and accidentally launched the financial equivalent of a nuclear missile. Because apparently all it takes to wipe out $500 million is one line of bad code. I don't know about you, but that kind of makes me feel like all of my moments where I traded FOMC and regretted it kind of makes it feel adorable. So here's what happened. Back in 2012, Knight was rolling out a new algorithm. In theory, we're upgrading our system to improve execution quality. Now in practice, basically what they're saying is we duct taped old code to new code and hoped the market wouldn't notice. And the market noticed. Knight had this old function called power peg. And already that kind of sounds like something written by a guy who eats uncooked ramen and codes in the dark. But nonetheless, the function wasn't supposed to run anymore. But when the new upgrade went live, somebody forgot to delete it on one server. One singular server. So you had 7 servers doing normal Knight Capital things, and then you had one gremlin server, firing off orders like a toddler with a machine gun. This thing started buying and selling stocks at random, like thousands of orders per second that were all completely wrong. Now I want you to do something for me. Imagine fat fingering a market order yourself. Now imagine fat fingering 4 million market orders. That's what Knight did. Within minutes, the firm was bleeding so fast the system didn't even have time to finish logging the losses. Stocks were whipping around for no reasons. Traders on the floor were like, do we know why everything is exploding? No. But Knight is glowing red like a Chernobyl reactor, so maybe that's related. Beats the hell out of me, though. People think trading is this advanced, cutting-edge, super calculated world. And then you watch a $1.6 billion firm get KO'd by a software update. That should really boost your confidence as a retail investor, let me tell you. But here's the part that really gets me. Knight didn't just shut it down immediately. They spent 45 minutes trying to figure out what was happening. 45 minutes. This was flying under their radar like a counter UAV in the Black Ops franchise. The algorithm is lighting the market on fire, like an unpaid intern playing Call of Duty with market orders, and Knight is like, let's observe it for a bit. Try to figure out, really get to the bottom of this, Sherlock Holmes it out. But by the time they hit the kill switch, they were down $440 million in half an hour. Which is honestly impressive. Like, I can't even lose money that fast on purpose if I wanted to. Or even a tenth or a quadrillionth of that. And here's the punchline. This one event single-handedly destroyed the company. It was over for the big dogs over at Knight. They had to beg for a bailout just to survive the week. They lost client trust. Their stock tanked. Later, they got absorbed by another firm, luckily, all because one trader updated the software and didn't update one of the 7 servers. It's like burning your house down because you left one candle lit, except the candle cost $500 million. This is the part where I remind you, the past does not predict future results. Yes, sure. But the past does predict that if you rely on technology that barely works, it will eventually try to assassinate you. Honestly, the whole story feels like a metaphor for trading in general. You think you're in control, you think you're making decisions, but at any moment, something you didn't even know existed can nuke your whole entire account. Traders spend years drawing lines on their charts, trying to find patterns and predict outcomes. Meanwhile, Knight Capital proved the biggest market moving force actually is oops. So what do we learn about this? Nothing, really, absolutely nothing. Because the real moral here is that the markets are chaotic, unpredictable, brutally unforgiving, and occasionally hilarious. And somehow, that's why we keep coming back. My trading is more of a hobby than anything really useful. This channel is more of a hobby than also anything useful. Knight Capital, definitely more of a hobby than anything useful. Anyways, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, do the things. I'll see you in the next one.